It's day, you'd think I would remember with it just being one day, but it's day 86. 86. Um, I still think I am processing yesterday. I've been extremely distracted, but also not distracted in kind of like a way, just kind of like just then I just looked at the corner of the book and just felt myself just like gazing at it, and I've been doing that quite a bit today. So I'm gonna try and get myself, I've had something to eat today, because didn't really eat much yesterday with being on the road and stuff for most of the day. Yeah, so I made sure I had quite a substantial breakfast, because then I've got the day to kind of like wear it off. Not really impressed with how work kind of handled the news, but hey, this is why I need to get myself set up doing something, get my nail business done, set up, or I'm thinking of maybe doing a pet loss grief counselor type thing, or getting my creative business back up and running. So I'm also I'm trying not to, but I am beating myself up a little bit, because obviously yesterday I mentioned to my friend that I'd be getting all the keychains and stuff started, and I just haven't yesterday and I haven't today. But I've ordered everything I need to get pretty much close to 100 of them done. So I've ordered that today, it's coming tomorrow. I've ordered my headlights on the car, 2 new headlights, because one of the headlights, all 3 brackets is broke and the glass is smashed. So I was like, oh, I'll buy some glue, I'll fix the brackets. But then I remember on the MOT it came up that the light being cracked was an advisory, and I'm like, it was going to cost me £65 for just the just to replace the glass on all the plastic on the front of the headlight, or it was going to cost me £55, so £10 less, to replace the whole unit. And then I was like, and then I'm just going to have like 2 odd headlights. So, and it wasn't that much expensive to buy the pair, so I was like, fuck it, I'll just buy the pair. So that's coming tomorrow. What else? I decided they had a really cheap reverse parking sensor kit, which comes with 4 sensors. So I was like, I could potentially split it and have 2 at the front and 2 at the back. Not that I need them, but it was really cheap. It was down from like £90 to like £15, and the reviews on it was really, really, really good. So I was like, fuck it. And because it's my own kit, I can put it in and take it out when I get a new car or when I get the van. So it's like a little investment now. I quite like that. So yeah, got that coming. I think that's arriving on Wednesday, tomorrow or Wednesday. So yeah, my plan now is get this uploaded, get into bed and try and get some sleep. I did not sleep properly yesterday, understandably. That's really it. It's annoying. I've realised that on quite a lot of the videos, when I finish, a couple of other things kind of pop into my head. And there's been a few times when I've been like, oh, I wished I'd remembered that when I was doing my video, because that would have been something good to document and remember. So I think what I need to start doing again is I stopped using my book, because I created a folder that I keep all the videos in, and obviously I've got documentation on Instagram and YouTube of all the things linked to the video. So I was writing it down, but actually it's been just as easy to go back through like YouTube or Instagram and actually look at the headers. So for some reason, I don't know why, I stopped writing the header down and like the things. So I think what I'll maybe do, because I've still got my book here, is just keep it next to the camera and everything. So once I've finished my video, if anything does come up, I can at least write it down to have something to talk about tomorrow. So yeah. Yeah, I might start doing that. Because now, like yesterday after I finished the video, and I was like, oh, I wanted to talk about that. Just document that, but it just has slipped my mind, and now I can't remember. So anyway, let's get this done. I've also wondered why some videos get loads and loads of views and some don't get any. And I don't know whether it's because I know obviously sometimes it's to do with thumbnails, and I'm not out to get views or comments or post or kind of like an audience or anything. I'm documenting it on here so that I have accountability. I don't know why kind of having it on YouTube and having it public is kind of working with my vulnerability, being able to kind of like talk about stuff. And it's weird because I know potentially people might watch bits of it, and kind of knowing that they're doing that is working with me kind of being vulnerable and open about things and accepting of things. Like, you know, coming on today, I've not brushed my hair. Like I haven't brushed it since Saturday, and this is life. This is, I think Instagram, and you know, I like I said, don't have Facebook, but you often only see the good side of stuff. People post, and you know, they'll make things better than they actually are. Whereas I want this journal to be a documentation of kind of my life over this year. Like, what do I achieve? What things do I conquer? What goals do I achieve? What dreams do I achieve? How I work towards healing and growing as a person, and learning about the mistakes I've made, and learning to not make them again, and discovering who I am, learning about who I am, talking about things that from my past that I don't need to carry anymore, and kind of getting rid of them. So yeah, I completely forgot where I was going with that chain of thought. But yeah, the accountability. So yeah, having it on here, and it's just, I hope if in 365 days one person watches a video and is inspired to do something like this for themselves, to start a journey of discovery, because I cannot surmount in words how profound this journaling has been for me. I don't know whether it's just the talking, because I know dialectic therapy is good for emotional intensity disorder, or borderline personality, or that it's called. ADHD and OCD is more cognitive. CBT therapy is good for those. But I know when I first got diagnosed, I went through a 16-week course of dialectic therapy, which was really helpful. So I don't know whether this talking about it, I mean, I do find myself oversharing less, because I kind of every day I get out my emotions for the day. I'm not holding it in for days and days and days and days, and then, you know, when I get a face-to-face interaction with someone, I'm just kind of like bleh, you know, spewing my last week or however long it's been since I've seen them. I feel less inclined to talk about stuff that I don't really want an answer to. I just want someone to listen. And now I have that. And it's weird because it's not even like I know the people that could potentially be listening. but yeah, whoever, yeah, like I said, I don't know who's watching. I know thumbnails and stuff like that catch people on YouTube, which is why I use exactly the same thumbnail, but just with the number of the day change, because I'm like I said, I'm not doing this to gain views and things like that. So I'm happy to just kind of document each day with the same thumbnail. But it is, yeah, it's definitely been a life-changing experience these last 80 odd days. Who would have thought, eh? But anyway, I know what post I'm doing. I saw it earlier, I screenshot it, and I was like, absolutely, that is my quote for the day. And it is, I look around and see so much fear, people getting more and more comfortable with their hate, more at ease being mean, more united in their separation. And I think, no, not me. I will not get lost in this fearful world. I will not play with bullies. I will continue to be brave and kind. I will speak with real unity, and no matter what, I will never stop loving. It's so true. Like, I think we are, as a society, it's so easy to bully people online. It's so easy to to be negative, and you know, people don't celebrate. Like, if you know, I'm lucky that I have the few friends that I have. If I go to them and say, oh, guess what, I've done this, you know, they celebrate as much as I do. They're never like, oh, you know, that's not fair that I don't have that. That, you know, I'm so lucky in that the people that I class my friends, which, if you're a friend, you're my family. They've always celebrated with me, and on my lows they've always, you know, felt my pain and done what they can to bring me up. But as a society, we do enjoy moaning and talking about how miserable we are and how crap we are and how bad we have it. We never stop to think, actually, you have it fucking pretty good compared to some people in the world. And you often find the people that have the least and are struggling the most are the most humble and the most positive and the most caring and loving and kind, because they've experienced that. And it upsets me when you come across people that have experienced great loss and great pain and having nothing, and have worked their way back up, often get an air of arrogance about them. And one thing I've always wanted to kind of like continue to have is, I've been homeless multiple times in my life, and I have managed to find the strength to claw myself out. I have had multiple situations that would have traumatized people to the point where, you know, they couldn't have come back from, and I've managed to find the strength to do that. And if I can motivate, encourage, support, or even just love and care for anyone going through exactly the same thing, and help them find their path to recovery and to fighting those demons that tell you you deserve those things when you don't, then that would make me the happiest ever. So I will continue in this sometimes very cruel, evil, spiteful, painful world that we live in. I will continue to be a pocket of love and kindness and gratitude, and I will continue to be brave and courageous in my adventures, and I will carry on and fulfill all my dreams and tick them all off, because I don't I'm not going to have any children sat by my side when I'm in my last stage of life. It's just me. Maybe a four-legged friend would be nice. Maybe a partner. I'm not, if that happens, it happens. It's not something I'm expecting. It's not something I am going to wish for. It's not something I'm going to actively seek. If that happens, it happens. But being by my mum's side yesterday, I know my mum's had a troubled life and she's struggled her whole life, and I've tried so hard to teach her or show her through my ways. At the beginning I used to try and teach her, and then I realised actually teaching someone that doesn't want to learn is only ever going to bring pain and heartbreak and disappointment and upset. But if you show them how beautiful life is by doing those things for yourself, and what you gain from it and what you achieve in it and how good it feels, I'd hoped at some point that I would motivate my mum to let go of some of the hate and resentment and pain and trauma that she holds. Like some of the things she said yesterday were really, really spiteful and hurtful, and I get that that's just my mum. Like but I just wish that she would find some kindness and just realise that holding on to that resentment and that pain and that bitterness that she has is destroying. It's destroying her. So I will continue to be who I am, the kind, forgiving, loving, caring, generous, grateful, supportive human being that I am. And I hope that when my time comes, that I can look back on my life with grace and peace and love and happiness and joy and contentment. And although I won't have any children as a legacy, if there is anyone in my life at that time, I hope they speak fondly of me. Yeah, let's hope. So yeah, that's my quote. My learning is obviously to continue to learn from. I'm going to just put a light on. It's doing that crazy light flashing thing and it's just messing with me again. So I'm going to see if that fixes it. It's like being in a rave. I can see it out the corner of my eye. So apologies if that's been going on for the last 20 minutes. But anyway, my learning is that you can't teach someone that doesn't want to learn, but you can show them and hopefully encourage and motivate them to seek the joy in life and to let go of the pain and the hurt and the resentment. You can't teach someone that doesn't want to learn. You have to just continue to be who you say you are. Live with love and authenticity, and hopefully people will be motivated and inspired to find that joy in their life. So that's my lesson. My happiness today is I was able to do something for my neighbour today. So I went outside to get some fresh air and I saw them come up, and they just recently went through a breakup as well. So they're literally only a couple of weeks ago. So they're in the thick of it at the moment. And he's just amazing. Like we always bounce off each other. He has the same attachment style as me, so he's anxious attachment, and it's the same as me. My last partner, the same as his, was avoidant. So we both struggle with kind of that real abandonment issues, and I know he's going through it at the moment. So he knows the alternative therapy that I've been going through, and I was able to share some of that this morning. And then I saw him this afternoon, and he was just like, seemed like a totally different person. And I just kind of said to him, how are you feeling? And he was like, I'm doing all right, thank you. And he was on the phone. He was like, oh, hold on a second. He's like, he's like, so proud of you. And I was like, I'm fucking proud of you. He's like, I love you. And I'm like, I love you too. He's like, thank you. And I was like, that's cool. We had a little hug, and then he went inside. And it was just like, my happiness was when I saw him coming home, because his bike broke down and he'd had to carry it and stuff, and he just looked a little bit like, oh, and his hands were black with grease, and I was just like, yeah, I just said it feels sometimes like life bends you over and just keep, you know, making you realise, you know, just giving it to you again and again, and you just like, just stop, let me breathe. So yeah, to then see him a little bit later, and you know, hopefully he was feeling a little bit better after our encounter, it made me happy. So that's my happiness for today. My gratitude is for let's think. Do you know what? I'm grateful that no, I don't really want to use that. That's a bit shitty. I can't think at the moment. I'm grateful for everything. I'm grateful that Emmy starts without needing the battery power pack now, like going out and sitting in her for 10 minutes every day is working. I'm grateful that I have had the ability to help my neighbour and friend today. I'm grateful that my stepdad's with my mum. I'm grateful that, you know, my neighbour who took me down yesterday has someone in her life to, you know, to look after her. I'm grateful for everything in my room. I'm grateful for having a job to be able to pay for things. I'm grateful that I'm just so grateful. Like, I just feel so lucky. I have so much. I have too much. I need to do this coal. I've got nothing to do this weekend. When I finish work on Friday, I've got to head to Portishead, but I'll be back probably about 6-7 o'clock in the evening. And then I have nothing on this weekend whatsoever. So I think this weekend I really need to have a cull and get rid of some more stuff. Like, I'm feeling like the walls of my room are getting smaller. So I need to have another shed. It's a perfect time of year to start donating stuff to charity shops, because obviously it's the run up to Christmas. You know, people without money donate clothes. It's starting to get colder, so I can get rid of any clothes that I don't need or want, get them sent to people that need them. Yeah, I think maybe that I need to just stay on the path and focus of just got a couple more days at work. I'm grateful that I've been able to swap one of my days, one of the tasks I do on one of the days at work with someone else. So basically on one day of the week, we swap tasks, and she struggles with my task and I struggle with hers. So I just said, look, why don't we just do our own on this day? And she agreed, and I was just quite happy with that. So I'm grateful that I've got that. And that's it. I am going to relax for the rest of the evening, try and get some sleep. Like I genuinely feel like I'm getting past the point of being too tired. So I've been trying to like leave it as late as possible. It's like 20 to 7. As much as I could have finished work at 3 o'clock and crawled into bed, closed my eyes and gone to sleep. I just thought I'm just going to then be up at 2 o'clock in the morning. And so I'm hanging in to try and stay awake so that I can at least sleep through. But I feel like I'm getting to the point now where I'm kind of getting a bit of a second wind. I know I'm tired because my voice, I sound very, very raspy, like I've been to singing at the top of my lungs in a rave, which I haven't. This is just tired. So, Stacey, you have given yourself a little bit of TLC. You've done your nails today, so I'm proud of you for that. Just that little pocket of time to yourself. It didn't take you long. I'm proud you've eaten something today. I'm proud of you for drinking lots of water today. You have been, you've shared some of your knowledge and your skills, and you've helped someone today. You've done as much work as you can today, like as much as you were physically able. You have recognized that even though you are feeling very tired, to give yourself that little pocket of self-care. And you wouldn't have done that previously. You would have just fought through it, and you would have got into bed and gone to sleep and got yourself into this cycle of being, then you'd have been up at 2 o'clock, and then tomorrow you'd have been tired tomorrow. But you know now how your body works, you know now how your mind works, you know you need to do little things to fulfill your cup before you can kind of give to others, whether that be through work, to friends, to your mum, whatever it is. You have to just make sure that you are paying attention to how you feel. And when you feel yourself really depleted, just making sure you do something to just pop something back in that pot. So I'm proud of you for that. I love you. You're doing all right, all things considered. So get yourself some sleep, relax, and send out some good energy. Every day that you don't hear something is another day that she's fighting. So, you've just got to get your test in December, and you can go down and visit her every weekend and spend as much time as she needs with you or with her. My brain's just not functioning today. So, I love you. I'm proud of you. This is life. It's tough, but this is another thing you can put on your CV of life that you've conquered on your own, along with 98% of all the other things that you've been through in your life, you've done on your own. I trust you. I believe in you. You have the strength, the courage, and the bravery to do whatever is required in life. Do not ever doubt yourself. Do not ever let anyone make you feel like you're not strong enough to do this, because you are. You'll do this. Everything happens for a reason. although you may not see it at this moment, and you may not see it in a day, a week, a month, a year, or you might not even see it until the end of your lifetime. You might look back on your last day on this earth and go, I know why that happened now. But for now, just keep picking yourself back up and just moving on. Send lots of love and good energy, and just wish for mum to not have pain for one day. You're doing the best you can, and that's all you can do. Take it easy. I'll see you again tomorrow, and